Hey everyone, this is Keegan83 and welcome to a SGN Channel update for June the 12th, 2013. I got a few things to talk about today, mainly in regards to a little bit of E3, including some things from my own end of what's been going on lately. Let's see, what to start with. Well, I guess by the time you're going to be hearing this, E3 is already going to be more than halfway over, and I cannot say just how much fun it has been just looking at what's been going on with E3. I may not be an attendee, but just watching all the press conferences, which I have done, by the way. I've watched every single press conference with the exception of Konami's by this point, and it's been a lot of fun. Hearing the announcements, especially in particular to a specific system that was announced by a particular company. Boy, was that a glorious press conference, and by which I mean PlayStation 4. Plus, there's been a bunch of really good games that have been announced, and granted, well, I was wishing to at least hear something about a few other titles, which I'm going to be talking about later on in my E3 Impressions video, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later. It's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of good games I'm going to be looking forward to personally, and it looks like there's some games that a lot of people are going to find a chance to look forward to later in this year. This has been a great E3 so far. So, for my channel update, let's see. This is in regards to my SGN news feed. Well, for anyone who watched my E3 pre-show, which was back about a few days ago, I think about 3 days ago to be exact, I was mentioning how I was going to be gathering news, spreading the word, getting everyone into the know with some of the games and consoles that was going to be going on in E3 as the days were going to be finishing. Well, there's been a hitch in the works in regards to me being able to spread the word. You see, about the night at the end of day one of E3, back when all the press conferences, with the exceptions of Nintendo's, which was a Nintendo Direct, after the Sony conference wrapped up, I was getting ready to record the first feed for the SGN News part for the E3 coverage. Well, there was a hitch in the works. The laptop that I'm using right now to record is, it went out. It ran out of power, and it got so late in the night that, unfortunately, I missed my deadline. So for all those who were looking forward to the SGN newsfeed, I sincerely apologize. I was really hoping to get this going, and I missed the mark, basically, and I can't apologize enough for that. And plus, I had to take care of a few other things in my personal life. I won't go into it, but, well, basically, when stuff happens, it happens, and you end up learning from it. So what can I do to make up to help spread the word and get people into the know about games? Well, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be plugging three YouTube channels that I watch pretty much every day. Well, actually, that's incorrect. I pretty much watch one of them every day, and I'm pretty constant with the other two. I'm going to be giving plugs for these guys because I know that they are definitely getting the word out, and it also comes for future reference. The first one I'm going to be plugging here is DSP Gaming, or Darkside Phil, whichever you prefer. He's already done recaps which go into detail on all the press conferences, and he also gives his gut reactions about what went on during his coverage for E3. So if you're looking for some more info, or especially around the internet, which is very possible to do these days, go check out his channel. He has his gut reactions once again. He's going to talk in depth about what he thinks of the consoles and the games, and he's also he pretty much lets you know what kind of games are on the way. So check out his channel. You might be in for a good laugh or two and some good enjoyment and good news. The next one is Nightwing 01, or K-Wing for short. He's attending E3 right now with his wife, so go check out his channel. I don't know how frequent he is with his updates, but he's been on the floor. I heard he was going to go talk to people. He already recapped day one of E3, and he's in California right now, so go check out his channel. He's really good and upfront and truthful with his stuff, so I'm going to be plugging him right there. And the final one is Brain Scratch Commentaries. They're a regular commentary channel which features four guys with an occasional guest or two. They talk games, they have a lot of fun. It's just a lot of laughs to see, and I can say that for DSP Gaming as well, and as well as Nightwing 01. That's once again Brain Scratch Commentaries. They've already done a pre-impressions E3 video, and for the last couple of years, actually ever since 2010, they have been doing post E3 impressions where they all get together, they talk about their reactions to E3 and what they're most excited for and what they were most disappointed on, which is pretty much how DSP has done it at the moment, as well as Nightwing 01. So yeah, 3 channels, they're good to check out. I've been watching these guys for years. They're definitely worth a good watch, especially if you're looking for a good laugh when it comes to these guys. And the interesting part, well, is it bad for me to be plugging YouTube channels because I didn't have any SGN newsfeed to really help spread the word? In some ways, yes. But I figured this is a way to help make up for the technical problems that I had getting the SGN newsfeed out. In regards to the SGN newsfeed, I'm kind of going back to the drawing board with it. Since it's so late getting information out for E3, I'm going to go back to the drawing board a bit, and I'm going to try to drum up a pilot episode for it. I want to introduce the newsfeed properly now, so I can get the word out on that, and also see if anyone's even interested in looking at it. Just to have it get the time of day will be worth it. I mean, I'm not aiming for anything big here, but, yeah. Just trying to get the SGN newsfeed out. I want to introduce it properly once again. And in terms of what I'm going to be having planned for it for initial episodes after the test pilot, I may actually use the E3 notes that I had already written down after watching all the press conferences. So even though it's extremely late, I might go ahead and do E3 style episodes for the SGN newsfeed, just to at least help make up for what happened, just in case anyone even didn't watch E3 or is looking for something. It's mainly just a newscast to help spread the word, get people into the know. Even though it's very easy, even if they just find it, they'll at least have something to watch. I mean, it's just to help get people into the know about some of the latest games and consoles once again. Now, while the SGN newsfeed is actually on hiatus for a little while right now, what I can say is for my next video, I'm going to go right into the post impressions of E3, and I'm going to start recording that hopefully around Friday. So, from where it's heading right now, the E3 post impressions video that I already have planned, that I mentioned in the pre-show as well, I'm going to be recording that for sure. I'm not going to be cutting that off just because the SGN newsfeed failed. Just got to learn from what happens and just go and roll with the punches. So I hope you'll stay tuned to the SGN E3 2013 post impressions. I'm saving my impressions and overall reactions from E3 2013. I have a lot of great things to say, a lot of good things to talk about, and also a lot of things that I was kind of disappointed with, which is the case for anyone who really gets into E3. And I've also noticed it. A lot of people are really happy with how some things went, some people are disappointed with how some things went, and some are in the middle, and vice versa. Heck, I've even heard about some real misleadings when it comes to some of the reporting, mainly a specific reviewer who I can't stand, but I digress. I'll be talking about them later. So I guess that's all I really have to talk about for today. I just wanted to get this out and let everyone know that yes, I'm still gonna try to talk about E3. I apologize once again for not getting the SGN newsfeed out, and I hope you'll at least consider watching the post impressions just to see what kind of good things that there are to talk about and what good reactions that are going to be. I like letting people know what kind of cool stuff is coming out for games. I mean, I tell my siblings that, I've told some friends that. I just like sharing with people what kind of cool stuff is on the way for games. And I hope you'll at least consider checking out the post impressions video. That way I can wrap up the E3 Saga and move on to some other things that I do have in the plans. So, well, let's see here. I don't really have an outro just yet. Actually, I do. Alright, well, hope you guys have a good one. I hope you're really enjoying E3. I certainly am. Once again, I really hope you're enjoying E3. I'm Keegan83 of We Fell in a Tree. You guys have a good afternoon, which is actually what time of the day it actually is where I live. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching as always and giving me the time of day. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, everyone. See you later.